From volcanic healing to Buddhist duck-based origins? It's time for Teatime Tales. This week we're going back to Gen 1 to one of the original Pokédex inhabitants. This week, our table talk guest is Magmar. Now, you're probably wondering, how on earth does Buddhism and ducks have any link to Magmar? To elaborate, let's begin the name breakdown. Magmar is likely a combination of the words magma, the molten rock found beneath the Earth's crust, and fulmar, a type of seabird. Now the fulmar is infamous for its rather, albeit unconventional defense mechanism. It projectile vomits a foul-smelling stomach oil at its enemies. Ew. Surprisingly, this is quite fitting for our fiery guest, because in the games, it can actually learn the move Acid Spray, which makes that bird-like lineage all the more relatable. And also, for that matter, a lot more messy. Now Magmar, no spitting at the table please. Magmar's face could also be linked to the Hyotoko masks, which often depict a character blowing fire through a bamboo pipe. It explains Magmar's puckered duck beak perfectly, and again is a solid link considering Magmar's Pokédex entry is the Spitfire Pokémon. Magmar's overall appearance could also be linked to the visage of a Karura, which is depicted in Japanese Buddhist Hindu mythology as being a fire-breathing, bird-like creature. Now, I mentioned earlier that part of Magmar's name is Magmar, which comes from volcanoes. This is also backed up a lot in its Pokédex entries as well, referencing the fact that they were born in the mouth of a volcano and has a body temperature of a whopping 1,200 degrees Celsius, or about 2,200 degrees in Fahrenheit. Magmar is a literal walking volcano. And if it's hurt or generally feeling weary, it hops into lava to recover. Talk about insane healing methods, right? Oh, thank you for the offer to reheating my tea, Magmar, but even I can't drink tea that hot. Speaking of Magmar's visage, here's a little fun Hatter factoid for you all. Did you all know that Magmar's physiology has evolved over the years? You're probably wondering, what could I possibly mean? Here, let's have a look at what I mean in the cards. So to start things off, we have the OG Magmar from base set, illustrated by the legend that is Ken Sugimori. An absolute classic, I'm sure you'll agree, with all the volcanic based background behind him. Yes, very striking indeed. Now let's compare that to this piece from the Expedition base set, illustrated by Miki Tanaka. Have you spotted the curious change? That's right, Magmar has gained an extra finger claw. And if you're thinking that's just an artistic interpretation, let's take a look at this one from Secret Wonders, designed by none other than Ken Sugimori himself. And look what we have here, the extra finger remains. Now, you're probably thinking, but wait, Hatter, surely that's just a problem they rectified later, right? I mean, you're partially right, but there is a reason. In Japanese culture, a four-fingered hand could inadvertently resemble a practice called yibitsume, a method used by the Yakuza to atone for a mistake by removing a finger. Not exactly good table manners now, is it? Because of this, and the fact that the number 4 is considered unlucky in Sinispheric cultures, Pokemon like Snorlax, Poliwhirl, and our guest Magmar all had their hands adjusted in later generations to avoid this connection. Talk about a lucky break for our guest, am I right? And that's a wrap on Magmar. Thank you so very much for joining me today on Teatime Tales. If you enjoyed what you saw and heard and want to see more, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to receive all notifications, especially for when a new guest joins me for tea. Or, if you want to see more videos done by myself, feel free to check out some of my other works here. I'm sure you'll find yourself a new favourite. Until the next time, have a blessed day, and do stop by again.